and co-host the incomparable Dr. The Real Deal Love, Edward Johnson. Sit back and relax while we give you advice and tips on business matters and matters of the heart for busy executives. And now, Katrina and Edward. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of High Tea with me. I am Katrina Brittingham, your navigator on your road to success. We brought our favorite beverages. Hopefully you did too. And we also brought the advice. I do have my lovely co-host, handsome co-host. Go do it that way. He's calling her lovely. My handsome co-host, Dr. The Real Deal Love.
Hello.
See, this is what happens when you do these things live. No edits here.
That's right. You get the real deal.
Look, I don't want to get in trouble with Mrs. Dr. Love for calling her husband lovely. But we are continuing on the series. This is the second part of the series on building your business brand, okay, or rebranding, okay, your business and how to be successful. This is the 7. Count them 7. If my fingers will show up, I don't know why.
We see them.
They don't show up for me. To monetize your business brand. Yes, because we are in a business to make money. And so we want to know how to monetize that. How to make money while you're asleep. How to bring in the multiple streams of income that will come from your brand, that will come from your website, that will come from social media, and it will come from word of mouth, that will come from sponsors if that's what you have, all right, or donations to your nonprofit if you have a nonprofit. We know that donations and grants and things like that are things that you are looking for, and these are how you will attract those streams of income. All right, so there are other options out there, so because we cannot cover everything, but these are some things that you can start out with, and I do highly recommend using one or more of these things. Okay, the first one is advertisement. How are you advertising your business? Okay, so selling or buying advertisement is pretty much actually the least effective way to build your personal brand. I know, clutch the pearls, some people are gonna be like, oh, really? It is the least effective way, but it does work. Okay, you need to monitor that. If you don't have a large audience, is definitely the least favorite way or effective way to bring in that. I got caught up in that, especially on the social media track where it's like, oh, you're paying for them to send leads and things like that. And I can tell you from experience, I was doing that for so long, wasting so much money and heard crickets. But they still took my money and everything like that. Got no leads to my website at all, but they took the money. And everything like that. Then they had the really pretty much pay for play, like per click, to your website. And I would check that because I would check the back end stats. And I'm like, okay, they said it went to this many people and he charged me for this many people, but not a single one of them went to the website. And that was supposed to be what you were paying for. And so you were supposed to be paying per click on your website. Then I went and it evolved to bounce rate. Like people would click on it and then they would bounce back off like within seconds. Then you would have people who would come for a couple minutes, and then that evolved, and then they stayed a while, and then they, paid for something. But it still was not the most effective way to bring in business to my website, to my company. But it does have its place, and if you have a large audience, then you would get, some good results. Number two, for me, this has been the most effective way, but it's the nature of my business, which is coaching. So you should have already established yourself as an expert in this field. It's not necessarily that you're calling yourself an expert. Your customers should be calling you an expert, or other people. Forbes, because we talked about in the last one writing content on your website or for other places. So, if you establish yourself with these places, doing videos, other places, doing other podcasts, and sharing your expertise, you will become known in the industry as an expert. Once you do that, you can establish your coaching side of your business if that is something that fits into your platform and your brand. Okay. So basically, coaching is teaching, instructing based on that expertise to an audience, whatever your niche is. I do executive and business coaching. Dr. Love is the love coach to the lovely ladies who want to get married. And so now you can teach them because now they see you as an expert, and now you get to prove that expertise by bringing this out to the audience for a fee, not for free. One of my mentors told me that for a
That's
fee,
good. That's good.
not for free.
Not for free.
Okay, and I told her I was going to steal it. I got her permission to do so, and everything, because you'll have people, even if you are an expert, will come and want all this advice, want a whole coaching session, and will not pay you for the valuable information that they would not have gotten had they not taken your time. Time is money in this business world that it is. When you're an employee, that company is paying you for your time. When you own a business, people are paying you for the time
Good time.
and your expertise. And as we know, the thing that is even more valuable than money is your time. So, being a coach, you have proven yourself. You have people who are saying, yes, this is an expert. You can have one-on-one coaching. You can have group coaching sessions. You can go to a conference and have coaching sessions. I've done all of those things um, uh, to show and prove the expertise. Each one of those things that you do, you can post on your social media, the advertising up to it, and if you have permission, snippets of what your content is, and you should have permission because it's your content that you're putting out there. If they're recording it, and having that information there, so you want to be able to have these things to say, okay, because you're telling everybody, I know what I'm doing, but now you have the proof of it. You have the articles, you have the coaching, you have the speaking engagements. You're showing, pretty much a packed room of you doing things. You may even have pictures of you speaking at these events that people are saying, yes, this is an expert. You could be a keynote, or you could be a speaker. So you have the regular speakers, and then you have the keynote. The keynote is where those dollars are. So your goal is to get that keynote as a coach, as a speaker, and everything like that, because that's where the money starts running in. And that could be anywhere from like a couple hundred to a couple thousand to tens of thousands of dollars. So that's what I say for me is the heavy hitter money that comes in. When you establish yourself as an expert, you start coaching, and from that you start speaking on that, and now you're coaching a larger group of people. You can even have sessions, Zoom sessions, in-person sessions. You can mix that all up. You can record the sessions and have that and bucket that into a package of a training package where you have it on your website and people are just paying for it. And guess what? You're not even sitting there. You've already done the work and you're getting paid for that. Any comments, Dr. Love, before we move on?
Well, a few things. when you opened up with advertising, which is not always the best, you know, we have, those of us who've been in business, we have spent thousands on advertising
Oh
and have
yes.
seen very little. But I want to encourage business owners, that's a part of the process because someone said to me when they asked me, "Are you advertising?" I said, "I can't afford to." They said, "No, you can't afford not to." You
Mm-hmm.
know, and for those of us who've advertised and didn't see a dollar figure return, we still got exposure. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So you don't really have to beat up on yourself or feel like I didn't see someone walked in my door. If you're in your position, if you're in your authority, if you get any exposure, if someone knows about you, you can just get one person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was one thing I did. I had a campaign that I did, and I got one customer out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, was she a gem. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So all that goes into it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to make those mistakes of advertising. You just want to understand, cut your costs, cut your loss as soon as possible, and make sure you get a good coach because that's going to help balance, should I spend this money for advertising versus marketing versus word of mouth? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Word
Mm-hmm.
of mouth is absolutely the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When someone refers you, they say, "Listen, I went down and I sat with Miss Katrina. She's the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get no better than that."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they come dollars in hand and ready to do everything she instructs them to do.
Absolutely. And I want to clarify because maybe I did come off to say don't use advertising. I'm not necessarily saying that. It's like Dr. Love said, monitor your budget. Because like he said, you learn over time. Because they'll play it up, and you're new in business. Oh, we can get you all of these people, and so you're just shelling out
Mm-hmm.
dollars. Um, and not necessarily using it in the most effective way.
That's right.
So, like when he was saying campaigns, you can use it when, like, we coach. So we could have an event that we're doing, using it for that. Like, I have a conference that I do yearly. I actually do put dollars in that because people, like you said, even if you get one person or two people from that medium, what I'm saying is not the most effective, but it doesn't mean that you don't use it. You
That's
want to
right.
use all the tools at your disposal. So thank you for clarifying that, Dr. Love, because I just want to make sure. I was like, I hope I wasn't saying that, but I just want to let you know, even though it's not the most effective, it does have an effect.
Mm-hmm.
Um, wow, why did that come up? The scripture says bodily exercise profit little, and it does, but it profits. So it doesn't mean not to do it. It's just
Mm-hmm.
to know that if you are not incorporating the root of it, which is having a proper diet, you can exercise 24/7, and you're still only going to lose maybe a pound after 6 months.
Mm.
So it's like knowing that in the same vein, you can pour $1 million into advertising, but the rate of return, the return on your
Mm-hmm.
investment, is not going to be as great as using some of these other methods.
Yeah, all these people, we don't see all the time.
Exactly. And so that leads us into number three, which is services. So service business is the most natural place to start for a business brand. Okay, so um, you can do products and things like that. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. If that's your business, that's your business, and you can work that. But services are easier because people are getting, something that they consider valuable, something that's changing their lives for the better, and then they can take what they've given you and apply it to life. Once you buy a product, it's a product like we talked about before. I have doodads and bebops and everything like that I have used one time. Did it make my quality of life better? Not so much. It was just something to do. And then I've had some things that I bought that I use on a regular basis. But with services, like if I have a plumber come to my house, did that make my quality of life better? Yeah, because the water's no longer pouring on my floor. Um,
Hmm. My toilet is actually flushing.
right? I don't have to swim to get out of bed or to get to my bed. Ah, that's another story. Inside joke. With that piece of it, but basically, is services actually affect your quality of life. When it comes to that, something that you can take with you, lessons learned, and things like that. So those are important when it comes to that. And if you provide quality services, like Dr. Love said, you have those referrals. You got to go to Dr. Love. Like he changed my whole way of thinking about love and how to inspire my mate. So or even attracting the right mate. And it wasn't me. You're not what you expected. I wasn't going out there. They just came to me because
Hmm.
now I've done it in the work, and what I'm putting out there is showing that I'm a better quality woman.
Hmm.
So wow, where did that come from? Okay, I'm sorry. Um,
Up above.
that thing, I felt that. That's was like,
Mhm.
oh, where did that come from? Um, but that's what he does. And it's like, so once you have that evangelist, because we talked about evangelists of your service, they
Very
will
much
tell
necessary.
everybody,
They
oh my
will
gosh, you
tell.
have to go to this person. Like, I know you talking about this person, but I'm telling you, I know because I've experienced it. And we've all had that. I've had, still have customers that former customers, I can't say former, they're customers because they do come back too when they need the services again
Hmm.
for the nature of the services that I provide. But they will, people say, I heard from so and so, and I'm like, oh, okay. Sometimes I remember the customer, sometimes I don't, because I've seen, a lot of people. But
Hmm.
it's just like when, they come back, and I'm like, and I go back and I search, and I'm like, wow, I dealt with this person 10 years ago, and they're still singing the praises. So that's another way that you are monetizing your business. Okay. Um, So membership programs, I've done that. Um, it didn't work so well for me as far as the membership programs, but it may work for yours. Um, but memberships are excellent because they run on a recurring cycle.
Hmm.
Okay, this revenue model is very profitable because you have their payment information. Every month they're paying you $9.99, $25.99. I've seen things go up higher than that. As far as memberships. And it's content that you create for them. You can have classes for them. You can have videos for them. You can have articles and things that they get that's exclusive that they can only get under this membership. Okay,
Hmm.
so that's more than what they're get with people who are non-members are getting. It's exclusivity, and this money is coming in every month automatically while you're sleeping. People
Hmm.
may be purchasing your memberships or purchasing a course, uh, you know, from you. Okay, so you can even have like a not necessarily even a membership, a subscription
Hmm.
to trainings, to different things, videos, and things like that, self help.
Hmm.
These are all things that you can do, and it's called passive income. Yes. The magic word. I love that word. It makes me feel
It's a
good
great word.
inside.
It's a great word.
It's gorgeous. That
The
passive
two, those are two
income.
good words: discretionary income and passive.
Those are some sexy words.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes, they are.
oh gosh, I don't know what I'm on today, but
Yeah.
whatever. Those are wonderful words when it comes to doing business. And like I said, you can have as part of your memberships or subscriptions products. You had your services, now you have your products. And yes, people who are in the service industry can definitely have products, books, articles, swag, t shirts, cups, mugs, you name it.
Mhm.
Okay? Part of your membership plan, you might have that maybe every quarter they get a free mug or swag that you have that's included in the membership to make it more valuable. These
Mhm.
are the things that you can do to attract and keep your people. Maybe even once a year they have a personal session with you. Um, it could be everyone that's in the membership, like I said, a group coaching thing. So, because if you have 1,000 people, you don't want to have 1,000 different one-on-one appointments. Using that wisdom of having that event. That's actually how my conference started. Getting people in one room and everything like that, and having those conversations. You can even bring in other experts
Mhm.
and everything to provide quality content for them. Okay. So you can have digital projects, digital ebooks, physical books that are mailed out to them. Um, so you can also have this again, these membership programs, these products are on what? Your foundational platform, which is what?
Website.
Yes. Your website. Just wanted to make sure you still was paying attention from the last session, the
Mhm.
last show. All right, because we talked about that foundational platform
Mhm.
and why you use that foundational platform. So if you are just watching this, go back to the week before and get that information because it's very important for that. You can have a t-shirt line. You can have different things like that helps you, like Teespring. I personally use that in other places where if you're not someone who knows how to make clothes or just have it on you to do the what they call it, that pressing thing where you can do the silk press on the
Yeah.
um,
Okay. I know what
t-shirt
you're
to
talking
have your
about.
logo. They
Silk
have
screening.
places. Silk screening. There you go. See, two minds are better than one. um, if you're not into doing that and wanting to do that and have that whole setup and everything like that, then Teespring will do all of that for you. House it. That's the direct ship.
Mhm.
People order it. You don't have to have inventory. They make that thing to order. You just put your design in there and they mail it off. Ooh, that's wonderful.
It is.
Even with the cups and everything and all of that swag, they do that. And of course, you pay a little bit of commission for that, but you're getting like sales, those types of products, passive income again, because people can do that while you're sleeping and everything like that. So that is an awesome thing to have. You can have paid newsletters. I don't necessarily do the paid newsletters thing, but you can. You can have the free to paid newsletters. That could be effective depending on what you're doing. You can give away a free newsletter, sort of like the magazine services. They give you a certain amount for free for a certain amount of time, whether you ask
Mhm.
for it or not. And then after the end of that time, they say, "Oh well, to pique your interest, you can buy this magazine." I've gotten caught in that,
Mhm.
back when magazines were like big, before social media came along. Now when they send me a magazine, I'm like, why? I can just go to your website. But but
How we do things. We're
yes,
not doing things like that no more.
you can do that, and you can have a funnel on your foundational platform that will put them in there with a offer and higher level premium subscriptions and everything like that to have content and reports and special things and advice. It's a wonderful thing to have if that is what your business is has the foundation laid for. And we have number 7. I don't think I named these out, so I'm going to name them out at the end of this. Um, because I think I was just talking. And you have what we were talking about, the speaking gigs, which to me it is, especially in the coaching business, all intertwined. Speaking
Hmm.
as coaches, we talk all day. That's what we do. We're very loquacious. Okay, so usually speaking gigs don't happen until you are well established. Again, you've established yourself as the expert. We talked about that last week too, so check that out if you have not seen it yet. Okay, and so when you get to that place, in the beginning, you're looking for speaking engagements. Once you have really gotten your foothold in there, now people are coming to you.
Speaking engagements
Beautiful
are
thing.
looking for you.
They're searching you out, and everything. So, speaking can be an excellent way, very profitable, to monetize your business. You can be at an event, flying out places. I've done that too. I haven't so much since COVID hit, but before that, I was even hybrid, meaning some things were on location, some things I was flying out to, some things I was traveling to via car in the local area, and some places was on the wonderful, wonderful web, World Wide Web, and everything. And so, um, you can have that going on where you have that and you have people coming. We're having this online virtual event. We would like for you to be a speaker. We're having this in person thing. We would like you to come out. And that's where you negotiate terms of, do they cover your flight? Do they cover your hotel stay? And they pay you on top of it.
Hmm.
Are your meals included? What's your honorarium? Because some people call it a speaker's fee, some people call it an honorarium. Same thing as just income coming in.
Hmm.
So this could be very exciting because you're going to new places, you're meeting new people. And to me, especially as a coach, that's exciting. I love people, I love getting to know people. I have flown some very interesting places that I never even thought about visiting until I started getting paid speaking engagements. You get to see new things. One thing I learned throughout this United States, every place is different. Every
Mm.
place has their own je ne sais quoi, as you might say. And it always amazed me. It was like, wow, this is totally different from where I live. And everything had a certain culture to it, and it was very rich. So I did say, because we're at the top of the half hour already, we had
Mm.
advertising. We had that was number 1. Number 2 was coaching. Number 3 was service. Number 4 was membership plans. Number 5 was products. Number 6 was paid newsletters. And number 7 was speaking engagements.
Mm.
So you can
Very
use
good.
one or more to monetize your business. I would say try to incorporate them all. Pace yourself. But all of these will bring in, at some point or another, guess what? Passive income. Passive income. With the speaking engagements, that's one of the things that I wanted to bring up again with the recording. Again, you can make that into a package because you spoke. That's your content. And people can click on it, especially if it was like a training or something like that. And now you have somewhere where they can click and purchase that. And it's a paid
Hmm.
passive income.
They attended your event.
Yes. Yes. And so, do you have any closing remarks, Dr. Love?
Oh, excellent. Just, encouraging our business owners and our executives, as you said, to try everything because you never know. in business what's absolutely going to work for you. So, as it has been said, like an umbrella is only functioning when it's open. When it's closed, it's not in function. So, open your mind up to possibilities. Try the newsletters, some of the things that Miss Katrina shared, because believe you me, you're going to stumble up on something that's going to win and bring you plenty of money. So, excellent 7 points that you made. Excellent.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for joining us for this episode and how to monetize your brand and how to get that passive income in. We do thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week for the love topic. Ooh.
Mm,
Bye bye.
bye.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of High Tea with Me. To be a sponsor or a guest, contact us at info@ventureready.net. Thank you again, and we'll see you next